Okay, welcome again, all of you, for the next lecture of Pl-Sql. So I'm starting with the last screen where we have stopped in the last lecture. So we have discussed about the, just one second, let me remove this. Okay. So we have discussed about the exceptions, and there are two types of exceptions. One is a system defined and one is a user defined. So we have learned both. So I have given you the certain here predefined exceptions. So which you know, because sometime in the interviews it has been asked, tell me about the 3 exception or 4 exceptions. So you can just make a note of this. Very simple. Okay, so let's move ahead now. Next thing, a command called as a goto. And I'm assuming that everybody know what the goto is. Goto is a nothing but the sequential control structure available in the Oracle. It immediately transfer program control to any name statement label or a block label. Very simple, and that is called a branching. Now, let's first understand with an example, and then we will be continue with a understanding this. Okay, so let me share it here. Okay, so I have came here. Now here, I have to write one simple goto branch. So how it works? Let's say I'm writing here. Sorry, we'll start with the declare. And in the declare, we will use as we'll declare v name as varchar 2. I give a size here 20. Okay, same way we'll take it here. Control C, Control V, Control. So I'm creating a name 1, name 2. Okay, so we have a 3 variables. Now I'll go here. We'll see the begin. Okay, so let's first assign the value to this particular thing. So we'll say rename, assign the value as Raj. Rename 1, assign the value as Raja. Sorry, Raja. And rename 2 is assign the value as, let's say, any name session here, Raj, Raja, and we'll say here Ramesh. Okay, now here the semicolon is missing, so let me write the semicolon first. Then I'll say here go to. Before go to, we'll do one thing here. We'll just write it dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, and I'm displaying here v. Okay, and I'll use a semicolon. Let's copy the line for 2 times. So I'm using it here for 2 times. So here we name 1, we name 2. Okay, now here I'm creating one block as C. Okay, and here I'm creating is as a B. Okay, and here I'll say go to C. Simple. Then I say here end. What's the meaning of this? Simply, actually, we don't have any conditional control here. So in that case, it should execute sequentially. First, it should display the Raj, then Raja, then Ramesh. Correct? But here we have used go to C. Now, this will bypass this, it will come here and will execute this only. So we'll get the name only of Ramesh. So without any condition, data has been branched to this particular. Very simple here. So in that case, let's try to use this and check it out. Okay, so we have pasted here. Now let's try to execute. Whether there are errors, yes, there are errors. That error is because of this my error, what I have done it here. Okay, it should be something like this. Not single error, it should be the double error. Okay, let me copy this again. Go here and we'll say the paste. Try to execute. If error comes, we'll try to solve that. No error has come. We got a result as Ramesh. Is it clear? Now let's say I'm going here. Let's say we are not using the go to. In that case, what will happen? Let me copy this. So cancel. Copy this and we'll paste it here. And let's execute. You got all three names, Raj, Raja, Ramesh. But hence we had a go to here. This go to is simply passing your control to the directly C. So from C, it is just displaying the next thing. I hope go to is clear to everyone. Now, there are certain things you have to remember about the go to. That is this one. A go to statement cannot branch into a if statement. If statement के अंदर आप उसको branch नहीं कर सकते. What's the meaning of that? Simple meaning that in go to, I cannot create a branch into the if statement, a loop statement or a sub block. It should be within the same block. You cannot shift from one block to another block. Next is called a go-to label must lead an executable statement on a Pl-Sql. What's the meaning of this? A go-to statement must lead something. Now just pay attention here. After C, I have one statement. After C, I cannot have the end. If I am having the end, there is no statement, it will be an error. So simple. Let's come back here. A go to is used to exit a cursor for loop permanently. The cursor is automatically closed. Now we have not discussed about the cursor, but in the cursor, simply if I'm using a go to into the cursor, that cursor will be automatically closed and will exit from the cursor. Very simple. So this is the simple things about a go to. After the go to example, I have already been given to you that. Okay, just look at this and just decide in your mind what will be the result. What will be the output? Output will be either 26 or 51. So what will be the result? if I provide a value as 31. So simply look at this. If I provide a value as 31, it will check I greater than 25. Yes, 31 is greater than 25. So it will go to new branch. Now you will say that, sir, अभी अभी हमने सीखा कि हम इसको if में state नहीं कर सकते. If में आप उसको branch नहीं कर सकते. You can use a go to statement in the if, but you cannot use this in any if statement. So here it will check 31 with a 25. It's a greater, so it will directly go to new number. What's a new number now? This is a new number. So it is going to print I-26 as well as I-51. It will print the both because here we don't have any go to. So after this, it will be the sequential. So first 26, here 26, here 51. So it is going to print a both 51 and 26. But if my value is 23, then it will go to the another number. What's another number? This one, 51. So it is going to print only the 51. Clear? Very simple. Now we'll talk about the most important part. It's called the loops. I'm sure everybody knows the loops here very well. So we have discussed about sequential control, conditional control. Now we are going to talk about iterative control. So iterative control is nothing but a loops. So loop is very simple in Pl-Sql. So in Pl-Sql, first we'll talk about a simple loops. A simple loop is nothing but it is just you have to start with a keyword loop and you have to write a statement within a loop. Then you have to say the end loop. So whatever is written between loop and end loop will keep on iterating. 1, 2, 3 up to the 9. After this, it will go to the 1, 2, 3. That will keep on iterating. So always this loop is called as an infinite loop because there is a no way of breaking the loop and coming out. So यहाँ से यहाँ वापस ऊपर फिर नीचे फिर वापस ऊपर. So this will keep on happening. So in this reserved word loop mark the beginning of simple loop. So statement from 1 through n are sequence of statement that is executed repeatedly. Now repeatedly means what? 1 to this, and then again 1 to this, then again 1 to this. These statements consist of one or more of the standard programming structures. So whether it could be your SQL statement, it could be your Pl-Sql statements. End loop is a reserved phase to indicate that the end of loop construct. So here how the loop starts with the keyword loop loop and it is ended with the end loop. Very simple here. So start loop and it will go here. But this is not any use of us because it is a infinite. So we have one keyword called as an exit. Now this exit statement allow you to get out of the loop and it will go to the first statement after the end loop keyword. Simple. But if I use an exit statement without any condition, your loop is of no use because it is going to execute only once. So always the exit is used with some condition. That means I'm sure everybody know that when we use a loop, we have to iterate until our condition is not getting fulfilled. So that condition to be used along with a iterative loop. So now let's take an example. Now how we'll write a loop here. So let's go here first. Sorry, just let me go to the new share. And what was that? Here. Okay. So I'll close this first. Okay, so we'll check it here now. I'm writing it again. Okay, so let's say I want to print a name for 10 times. Very simple. So now in simple program, what you have to do, I have to use a DVM statement for 10 times. Okay, just we'll control Z and we'll use the same thing here. Let's say I want to print the name of Ramesh for 10 times. What we'll do, we'll just comment this, comment this, comment this, comment this. I'm sure you know what the commenting is. Now that is not a part of this thing here. Okay, so plus we don't want this now also now. We'll remove, we don't want this also, so we'll remove. And we want rename for 10 times. So in that case, I have to write it for 10 times. But instead of that, I'm removing these two. So the same thing I want to repeat for how many times? Okay, let's say we are going to print two names. That is Raj, rename and rename to Raj and Ramesh. Okay, so this will be the rename and this will be the rename too. Okay, so let's say we want to print these two names. Okay, now simply if I execute this, sorry. So I hope you understood what I have done it here. Rename one variable, rename to another variable. This I have commented. So rename Raj, rename to Ramesh, rename and rename to we are printing here. Let's say we'll copy this. And if I execute Raj, Ramesh, how many times? One time. But I want to print them for 10 times. So what to be done here? So now this will be a part of loop. Okay, and this will be end of the loop. Simple. Now this will be the loop end. So this will keep on iterating. First this line, then this line, then again for this. But for how many times? We want it for how much time? 10 times. So for that, we have to write some logic here. So simply what I'm doing it here, I'm declaring one variable and we'll say v counter is number 3. Where it is gone? V counter number 3. And we can assign the value here itself. We can say assign the value as 1. Okay, so we are assigning the value 1 here. Now what we are going to do in this loop, we are displaying the name 1, we are displaying the name 2, and here we say that VCNT. We cannot use a plus plus and minus minus here. It's not allowed incremental here. So simply you have to go in a traditional way. We'll say assign the value equal to VCNT plus 1. Now what will happen? This will print, and this will become the 2. Correct? So when this will become the 11, we want to stop. So we'll say here, if v counter is equal to 11, then exit, and we'll end the if. Now in the loop, how it is going to work? this statement first, this is second, and this will increment. And here it will check until it is not equal to 11, it will not come out. Okay, let's check this program to execute by executing. So I've come here and I'll clear the screen. You'll be able to see it up. Okay, so let me execute this. Now you will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After this 10, it has automatically stopped. Because in the first round, it was a 2. So not exit, not exit. This will not go to this. 3, 4, 5. So it will keep on going up and keep on checking every time. Very simple here. So this is a simple way of writing the loop. Simple way of writing the loop. Clear to everyone? So loop is very simple here. Everybody know how to write a loop. Now where is it? Okay, just give me a second. Okay. So now exit is clear. When to use the exit? So this we have actually seen in our program. Same way, if you don't want to use the if, then the second option, you can use the exit when. Okay, so now I don't think we have to write a program again. You will understand here itself. Loop, statement 1, statement 2. Instead of if, I'll say exit when, and the condition can be given here. What condition we have given there? There was a condition as counter equal to 11. So it can be given here, and you can use the end. So this will keep on iterating until this is not getting satisfied, and then it will come to the statement. Very simple. So this is called a simple loop. In the simple loop, we can simply iterate whatever we want. Let's move ahead. How it works. That we have already been seen that actually also. So this is the flow of that. Exit, we have seen that. Exit also we have seen that. Now while. Now what's a while loop? Only the difference is in simple loop, we give a condition inside the loop. And in the while, we give the condition before starting the loop. So till that condition is true, that loop will keep on iterating. Once that condition will be false, it will go to the end loop. So simple, that's a while loop. So how it works? It will always start the condition at the beginning. If the condition is true, yes, execute the statement. Then again, check the condition statement, check the condition statement. As soon as this will false, it will go to the end loop and next statement. Very simple here. Now, how do we write a simple? Now here, we have given the example, which is not going to be executed at all. Because here, what we have given, while we counter less than 5, it should be the true. But in the beginning itself, it is a 5. Hence, it is in the beginning, it's a 5. So condition is not satisfied at the first step only. So it will not enter the loop at all. It will go to the out. So always your condition should be such which should be true before entering to the loop. Okay, now here will it work? Yes, but here this will become infinite loop because here we are not doing the increment, we are doing a decrements. So 1 will be decreed and go into the minus value, and all the negative value will be the less than 5. So this condition should not also be there. Now, okay, Boolean is not required. Premature termination of loop. What's a premature? Now in the while loop, you know that it keep on executing until the condition is true. So there also you can use the exit statement. So that exit statement will help you to exit before condition ends. That is called a premature termination of the loop. Simple here. So exit statement can be used in a simple loop, also can be used in a while loop as well. Now here, you can look at the example once, then I'll explain what it is. I'm sure that everybody has looked at this at a glance. So here we have declared we counter number 1, begin, while we counter less than equal to 2. Because the current value is 1, less than equal to 2. So loop, we counter, and here we say that we counter, sorry, plus 1. So we are keep on incrementing. And here I'm using, if we counter equal to 5, then exit. So I say the end. Now in this thing, we have a while loop as well as exit. Now in this case, what will happen? Now, whichever condition will satisfy first, that will terminate the loop. Now in this, while will satisfy the first, because here we are going to exit less than equal to 2. So it has to execute only once. But if it is 10, but still it will not go up till the 10, it will exit at a 5 because this will satisfy the first. So I'm sure that everybody know the looping, just I'm showing you here how to write a syntax of loops. So simple here. I'm sure that this is clear to everyone. So in loops, we have talked about 2 things, simple loop, then we use exit keyword for terminating the loop. Then we have talked about exit when for terminating the loop. And then we have talked about the while loop. Simple here. Then we have one special loop that's called a numeric for loop. Also, we call them as a for loop, but it's a numeric for loop. Now, in the numeric for loop, we have seen that in our example, we were doing the manual incrementation. Now, instead of that, we can define that a limit. We can say for loop counter in or reverse is a optional keyword. 1.10. So automatically this particular counter will start with 1 and keep on incrementing at every state, every iteration. So first it will be the 1. So these 3 will execute and it will come here and it will become the 2. And once it reaches to the last upper limit, this will automatically terminate. Now here we are not giving any exit statement. So here it will be terminated by according to the for loop. Okay, let's write a simple code so you'll understand this very simple here. For loop counter in lower limit dot dot upper limit. So let me go here. Okay, so I'll just clear the screen. We'll go here. Now, what we have done it here, we have insert. Okay, we'll return the same result without all these things. Simple here. Now, I'm just commenting the V counter also. So you will or will remove it, so it will be very clear for you. I'm not using a V counter here. So I've not declared any V counter. Correct. Now here, instead of writing a loop, I'll say for. You can give we can give the CNT counter. Anything you can give for counter in 1 dot dot 10. We can see the loop. Now here I am removing this also. Now you can see it has become a very simple code and it has been optimized. So for counter in 1 dot dot 10 loop, and we'll just copy this. We'll go here and I'll paste it here. You will see it has displayed the 10 times. Okay, now here I can use the counter also for display. So we can check at which counter it is going here. So we can say CNT concrete space space concrete this. Copy this here also. Simple here. Now if I copy this and execute. So I'll just do one thing here. I'll clear the screen. Clear the screen. And we'll paste it here. You can see it's the first iteration, second, third, fourth, 10th. Correct? Now, there is a one keyword called as a reverse. Now, I think you have seen here. I've just shown you that also. In reverse. This reverse is an option. What it does, what does the reverse does actually? So I'll check it here. Okay, so now I'm writing here 1 in reverse 1 to 10. And you can understand if I execute this. I'll just copy this. We'll clear the screen again and pasting it again here. Let me execute. Now see what the difference we have seen here. The difference is now it is executing in the reverse order. 10 first and 1 last. So earlier it was incrementing. In this it is decrementing. Simple here. So simply we can say that this is how you can use a loops in your statements. Clear? Okay, so let's move there. So can I say you understood the numeric for loop? So how it works? Initialize the counter. If counter is between lower and upper limit, execute and keep on iterating. If no, next. Okay, so with this, we have talked about the loops. In the next lecture, we'll talk about the other things. Okay, so have a nice day. So we'll stop it here.